The early 20th century was a time of rapid technological advancement, and nowhere was this more apparent than on the battlefield. The First World War, a grinding conflict of attrition, saw the rise of new and terrifying weapons. Among them, the Lewis gun, a light machine gun, emerged as a true game-changer. This revolutionary weapon, conceived in the mind of American Colonel Isaac Newton Lewis, would go on to shape the course of the war and leave an enduring legacy on military history. The Lewis gun, with its distinctive top-mounted pan magazine, became an icon of the trenches. It provided much-needed firepower for infantry units bogged down in the static warfare that characterized the Western Front. Its relatively light weight and ease of operation made it a favorite among soldiers who nicknamed it the Lewis, or the Belgian rattlesnake. The Lewis gun's story begins not in Britain but in the United States. Colonel Isaac Newton Lewis, a retired US Army officer, developed the gun in the years leading up to World War I. However, his design initially faced resistance from the US military. Undeterred, Lewis looked abroad for a manufacturer for his invention. He found a willing partner in the Birmingham Small Arms Company, or BSA, in Britain. BSA recognized the gun's potential and began production in 1913. The Lewis gun was a departure from the heavy, cumbersome machine guns of the era. It was designed for mobility and ease of use. Lewis incorporated several innovative features, including a distinctive top-mounted pan magazine, an aluminum heat shroud, and a gas-operated firing mechanism. These features made the Lewis gun lighter, more reliable, and less prone to overheating than its contemporaries. The outbreak of World War I in 1914 provided the Lewis gun with its first true test. The British Army, quick to recognize the weapon's potential, adopted it for use by infantry units. The Lewis gun soon proved its worth on the battlefields of the Western Front. Its relatively high rate of fire and accuracy made it a formidable weapon in both offensive and defensive operations. The Lewis gun was particularly effective in breaking up enemy attacks. Its firepower could decimate advancing infantry formations, forcing the enemy to take cover. The gun's portability also made it ideal for use in counterattacks, allowing troops to lay down suppressing fire as they advanced. The Lewis gun quickly gained a reputation as a reliable and deadly weapon, earning the respect of both British and German soldiers. While the Lewis gun made its name on the ground, it also found a crucial role in the skies. The early days of military aviation coincided with World War I, and pilots quickly realized the need for a reliable machine gun. The Lewis gun, with its relatively lightweight and high rate of fire, proved to be adaptable for aerial combat. The British Royal Flying Corps, or RFC, adopted modified Lewis guns for use on their fighter aircraft. The guns were fitted with larger magazines and synchronized to fire through the propeller arc. This allowed pilots to engage enemy aircraft with accurate bursts of fire. The Lewis gun became a staple of RFC fighters, such as the Sopwith Camel and the SE.5A. Section 5. Between the Wars, a legacy endures. As the guns fell silent in 1918, the Lewis gun's legacy was firmly established. It had proved itself to be a reliable and effective weapon in the trenches and the skies. Its impact on military thinking was significant, highlighting the importance of light machine guns in modern warfare. However, the interwar years saw a decline in the Lewis gun's prominence. Despite its success in World War I, the Lewis gun was not without its critics. Some argued that its open-bolt firing mechanism made it less accurate than closed-bolt designs. Others pointed to its relatively complex mechanism, which could be difficult to maintain in the field. Nevertheless, the Lewis gun remained in service with many countries, including Britain, throughout the interwar period. Section 6. A second call to arms, the Lewis gun in World War II. The outbreak of World War II in 1939 saw the Lewis gun pressed back into service. While no longer the cutting-edge weapon it once was, the Lewis gun still had a role to play. The British Army faced a critical shortage of modern weapons in the early years of the war. As a result, the Lewis gun, along with other World War I-era weapons, was brought out of storage and issued to Home Guard units and second-line troops. Despite its age, the Lewis gun proved to be a reliable weapon in a pinch. It saw action in the defense of Britain against potential German invasion and was also used in other theaters of the war. The Lewis gun's simplicity and ease of maintenance made it well suited for use by inexperienced troops. Section 7. Outgunned but not outclassed. Comparing the Lewis gun. The Lewis gun, while revolutionary for its time, was eventually superseded by more advanced weapons. By World War II, newer light machine guns such as the Bren gun and the German MG-34 offered significant advantages in terms of weight, firepower and reliability. These newer guns featured higher rates of fire, larger magazine capacities and more modern designs. However, the Lewis gun remained a viable weapon throughout the war, particularly in situations where its limitations were less of a factor. Its relatively lightweight made it suitable for use in jungle warfare in the Pacific Theater. The Lewis gun's simplicity also made it easier to maintain and repair in challenging field conditions. Section 8. A tactical turning point, the Lewis gun's influence. The Lewis gun's impact on military tactics extended far beyond its own service life. It played a pivotal role in the development of modern infantry tactics. The Lewis gun's portability and firepower gave infantry units a new level of offensive and defensive capability. It allowed small groups of soldiers to lay down suppressing fire, effectively pinning down enemy troops and supporting advancing units. The Lewis gun's influence can be seen in the development of the fire and maneuver tactic, which became a cornerstone of modern infantry warfare. This tactic relies on the use of suppressing fire from machine guns, like the Lewis gun, to pin down the enemy while other troops maneuver to flank and assault their position. The Lewis gun's legacy can still be seen in the light machine guns used by militaries around the world today. Section 9. Echoes of the past. The Lewis gun's enduring legacy. The Lewis gun, though long since retired from active service, continues to hold a place of significance in military history. It stands as a testament to the ingenuity of its inventor, Colonel Isaac Newton Lewis, and the skill of the British manufacturers who brought his design to life. The Lewis gun's impact on the battlefields of World War I and World War II is undeniable. Today, the Lewis gun is a sought-after collector's item and a popular exhibit in museums around the world. Its distinctive profile, with its top-mounted pan magazine and aluminum heat shroud, remains instantly recognizable. The Lewis gun serves as a reminder of a pivotal era in military history when technological innovation transformed the face of warfare. It stands as a symbol of the courage and sacrifice of the soldiers who carried it into battle and the enduring legacy of innovation in the face of conflict.